YouTube! My name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Today I am coming to you with another weekly TBR. Say it with me everybody, it's TBR time! Yay! So, what are we getting into this week? We are only picking 4 books this week. Last week I just was having so much fun, rolling the dice, I think because I was sick and I just wanted something to cheer myself up. But I actually backed off on 2 of the books. There's actually only 4 books on, I'm only officially going to try and read the 4 of the books on that TBR. The Big Chunky Monkey is the one that one of the ones I decided not to try and read because I just know I'm not going to get to it. I might save that for nonfiction November next month. We shall see. But anyway, going back to just 4 picks for this week, that is much more reasonable. I am reading these books in order as I spin them. So, the first week I wanted to read all 4 of those, and then the second week, yada, yada, yada. So I am just starting now on last week's books, but they're not super duper long, so I'm hoping that I will be able to get through them relatively, within a few 5 days. I'll be carrying books over, and that's fine, guys. That is absolutely fine. It is what it is. So anyway, 4 spins for this week. So for those of you who might be new to my channel, I'm playing a game all this month, and I will be continuing with a different game next month, but we'll talk about that in November. This is a game that was created by Becca over at Becca in the Books, and it's called Spookoplathon. And she created this super, super cute game board, and I go online and I use it through PicMonkey, but it's a thing anyway. It's just the easiest way that I found to be able to do the dice and to move the player thing around the board, because I don't have anything that I can print this out to do it justice on how adorably cute the board itself is. So I'm rolling the dice and then picking books that fit the prompts that I land on, essentially. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I've been really enjoying it. And let's get into the spins for this week. 12, big number 12. So over to our board here. So here's where I was. My last one was that big book that did not get read. So let's count out 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Purple. Ooh, a book with a purple cover. That should be pretty easy to find, maybe? Let's go see what we can find. So spin number 1, purple on the cover. As soon as I saw this, I knew exactly what book I wanted to pick, and that is Enchanted to Meet You by Meg Cabot. This is the first book in her new series, The Witches of West Harbor. Clearly a purple cover. I bought this relatively recently, within the last month or so, and I've been really wanting to get to it. So all she wants is a normal relationship. Too bad she's a witch. In her teenage years, lovelorn Jessica Gold cast a spell that went disastrously wrong and brought her all the wrong kinds of attention, including the disdain of the World Council of Witches. So no one is more surprised than Jess when, 15 years later, tall, handsome Derek Winters shows up in her quaint little village of West Harbor and claims that Jess is the chosen one. So yeah, cannot wait to read this one. It sounds really good. I'm loving these witchy books. Clearly, I've been sporting my witchy hat for all of these videos this month, and I cannot wait to get to this one. Let's get on to roll number 2. Okay, friends, now on to roll number 2. 7. Lots of big numbers again this week, my friends. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so here we are. So there were 3 authors that Becca put here on the board. Stephen King, Mary Shelley, and the great Daphne du Maurier. Now, the thing is I know for a fact I am not reading a Stephen King. Mary Shelley, not too sure that's really something an author I want to dive into just at random, if you will. So I am going to switch this up, and instead of Stephen King, who is the king of adult horror, or spooky books, I would say, I'm actually going to do R.L. Stine, which is the more teenage equivalent, and it's an author that I read a lot
growing up. So I am going to I'm going to find a R.L. Stine book. It's probably going to be a Fear Street book. So I think that is going to be a lot of fun. So let's go see what book I pick.
So, as I mentioned, not a King reader. Let's go with the other King, in air quotes, of maybe more YA young adult horror, R.L. Stine. So I decided to go with one of the Fear Street relaunch books. I actually picked the first one in that series, and it is called Party Games by R.L. Stine. I have no idea what this is about. I read all the Fear Street books when I was much, much younger, and I really enjoyed them. That's why I decided to go with the relaunch books to see what the new ones are like as opposed to the older ones. So I am excited about this one. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, I mean, R.L. Stine, let's see how the creep changed from the 90s to today. That's what I'm really excited to find out about. So anyway, let's move on to spin number 3. Number 3.
Let's jump into roll number 3. 5. Number 5. So we were at Stephen King. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Black Cat. I'm pretty sure that's to read a book with a cat on the cover, which should be fairly easy when you're talking about spooky books, but let's double check and make sure. So I think that was in the red section. Yes, Black Cats. Don't let him cross your path. Read a book with a cat on the cover or featuring a cat as a character or part of the story. Pretty straightforward again. I think this one's going to be a lot of fun. So let me go see what book I can find.
Black Cat, a book with a cat on the cover. I even went for a book with a black cat on the cover. And just last night, actually it would have been Wednesday night, Sonia and I were doing live reading sprints here on my channel. And she was reading a later book in this series. And when I spun after we were done sprints, which is when I did this recording, the recording of me actually spinning, and I got this prompt, that book is what I thought about immediately. So I'm actually going to be reading the first book in the series, which is Bait and Witch by Angela M. Saunders, which I think is the Witchy Librarian series or something like that. But there is a black cat on the cover, so it fits perfectly, if you will. P-U-R-R, perfectly. This is a cozy mystery series. I have heard people rave about it. It looks super, super cute. I cannot wait to get to it. Yeah, this one is going to be a ton of fun. And now let's jump into spin number 4.
Okay, my friends, time for our fourth and final roll. Dun, 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 dun. 4. The number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's another one of these Taylor Swift train prompts. And I can't read upside down, so let me rotate this around here. Oh, that's not what I want to rotate. Let's see if I can do this. Rotate. Haha, there we go. All right. What a ghostly scene, it says. Okay. So, what a ghostly scene. Let's see what that means. Corner spaces, train stations, Taylor stations. What a ghostly scene from My Tears Ricochet. Read a book that features ghosts or a haunting/haunted house. Feel free to open to interpretation. Ooh, okay. Let's see what I can go find for this one.
So when I got this roll on the board, my first thought was, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to go now and Google search books that involve ghosts. Actually, my first thought was A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Because in that book, he gets visited by 3 spirits or 3 ghosts or whatever you want to call it. But I thought clearly I was not going to go with A Christmas Carol because it is not the season just yet. So I was thinking about it. I'm like, I was getting the other books and trying to figure out what the other books were. And then this book clicked into my brain. And this came out last year. And I really wanted to read it last year. And I never got around to it. And now is the perfect time. So I'm super stoked. We have Ghost in Shining Armor by Teresa Bahari. This sounds so good. When I saw it come out last year, and I'm a big fan of Teresa Bahari, I have been fortunate enough to actually interview her back when I did the Categorically Romance podcast with Brie. And she is just absolutely fabulous to talk about. I think at the time when I interviewed her, or when Brie and I interviewed her, this was just being released, I believe. And it's a woman who kind of might have a relationship of sorts with a ghost. So yeah, I am very, very excited about this one. So I cannot wait. But anyway, you guys, a bit of a quicker video today. I didn't do as much chatting in this one, I feel. But I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know below, have you read any of the books that I've talked about? And what are your books that you have on your TBRs this week? And until my next video, everybody, take care and happy reading. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, guys.